Today was very productive. I'm very glad that today I decided to not just crochet, but I also watched a sermon today, which I do every day, but what I mean is I don't usually crochet while I watch a sermon. So today I crocheted while I watched a sermon, and I plan future crocheting ideas. Now the only thing I have to do is do my blog and then my podcast, which should be simple enough considering I have pre-recorded podcasts to do. So yeah, I can just use one of my pre-recordings. And yeah, so there's that. And then I decided that today I was going to bake and cook for dinner, and so I did. I decided to bake and cook. And what did I bake? I baked marble cupcakes along with marble cake loaf. And then I made for dinner, I made a meat concoction with a side of rice, and we call them Kameya stuffed eggs because we can't call them what they are called in the world because the word is not very Christian. So yeah, there we go. And guys, what did I say? Please. And yeah, so I thought that it would be very interesting to show that today I did exactly what I wanted to do, and I got everything done in a timely manner. I'm very, very proud of myself. Very proud. And here's my marble cake mixes. Yeah. They were so good, guys. They were so good when they came out. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
You didn't even hide them. You just put them in stupid places.
Dinner. Dinner is being made. I've already done the cupcakes and the marble loaf.
2 more teddies.
Dinner is being made. Dinner is being made. It's going to be a delicious, delicious food tonight. Delicious.
I'm not getting it.
Absolutely.
Do it! Come with me.
Absolutely delicious. Doing up some rice now.
I didn't break them. Yeah, I did.
Food laying out. We're just getting the last bit done and then putting them on plates, and then it should be good to go.
No. Lucas has made me play those.
So I decided to film me cooking today and baking because it's been a while, and I don't always film because what's the point? Every single day the same thing. Baking, cooking, cleaning. So once in a while I like doing it for the haters out there and the trolls. I know they're jealous because they lazy and they can't do what I do. That's what it is. They're lazy and they can't do what I do. So they'd rather blame it on men. Ain't men's fault. It's woman's fault. Okay, darling, turn that down to 2 now. Thank you. Now I let it simmer until all the water is gone. Shouldn't take too much time. About 7 more minutes, basically.
Stop putting him in my teddy.
I'm gonna get the plates ready. And the reveal, woohoo! Guys, turn that off so I don't get copyright in the background, please. The reveal, dinner. The reveal of dinner. Yeah. So I need to get undressed. My back is done. So today was a good day, obviously. It's always a good day when I can bake and cook in the same day. I can't always do it, which is why it's usually once a week. And I think today was well received by everybody. So on another note though, there has been like some strange doctrines going around about yoga, Christian yoga. There's no such thing as Christian yoga. There's no such thing as channeling Jesus's healing powers. You can't use divination at all. It's not biblical. What is biblical is laying on it of hands and praying over the person. That is biblical. However, there is no healing coming from you. It's coming from the Holy Ghost or Jesus. It's coming from them. It has nothing to do with you. You're just an instrument, okay? And that's not the same thing as channeling, because when you're channeling, you're meditating first, and then you're calling upon the powers of something. That's channeling. Laying on of hands and praying is biblical. And there is prayers in the Bible that you should be using when you lay on hands. And they lay them out in Psalms mostly, and also in the New Testament they talk about it. So I would just stick to New Testament and Psalms for laying on of hands and healing. Also, Reiki is not biblical, and it's actually pretty satanic. I was going to become a Reiki worker, and we had to first demolish our ego, which is like let go of everything in our minds, and we had to go through intense like meditations, and there was huge summits for it in the course I was taking, and they would have me meditating for 45 minutes to over an hour, and just going in the Merkaba up to the what did they call it? The Kadashi records or something, and we had to go in there and we had to like search through the records with our whatchamacallit, I can't remember the name, some kind of masters. Anyway, we had certain ones that were assigned to us, and we would be able to see them when we got there, and then we would come back down into our bodies in the Merkaba. If you guys know anything about the Merkaba and Metatron's cube and Solomon's seal and Saturn, then you know that those are all satanic. You should not be even delving into that kind of stuff. Reiki masters are quite literally possessed by demons. I know. Everybody's like, but they're still No, they're not. No, they're not. They, on the outside, look peaceful. Trust me. Inside, you're going through a whole lot of hell. Quite literally. I had to work through a lot. And I'm just so glad that I got saved before all that happened. I'm much nicer now. Not only that, I'm more genuine than I was then. And I also, I feel a lot easier to talk to, I guess. Because back then, I would just snap. And then I would tear the person from limb to limb, quite literally. And I still have all those screenshots of the conversations I had with people. So if you guys are like wondering, is that even true? Yeah, it's up. You could go see. Cussing, tearing them down, attacking their character. I would make them cry. Now, I can talk to someone and have self-control. And that's all the work of the fruit of the Spirit. That's the Spirit in me working. And like I said, I'm much more calm now, more mellow. Being saved has really, really helped me in regard to my soul. But recap, tarot cards, not biblical. Astrology, not biblical. Crystal healing, not biblical. Reiki masters, not biblical. Higher selves, angels speaking to you, channeling, meditations, yoga, not biblical. There's no such thing as Christianizing these things. You can't Christianize them. They're evil and they're satanic and they're rooted in witchcraft. Just don't even bother with it. I would throw all of that stuff out like I did. I literally did. I'm not talking hypocritically like I kept some stuff and I didn't. And I didn't throw out all of the stuff that I said that the Bible told me to throw out. I threw it all out. All of it. Books, crystals, necklaces, earrings, clothes I wore during rituals. I have none of it. Right down to the shoes, guys. If I wore a certain pair of shoes during a ritual, I threw them out. That's how serious I was about it. I threw out rings, bracelets, you name it, I did it. It was gone. Anything that was in a ritual or touched a crystal that was in a ritual or involved or near any of my satanic stuff that I did during witchcraft and alchemy, I threw it all out. I have a video about it up on my YouTube. I'm crying when I did it, but I did it because I truly love the Lord more than those things. And the Lord means a lot more to me, and being saved and following the Bible and walking in righteousness is far more important to me than a couple of crystals. And I spent hundreds of dollars on these crystals. One of them was $100. One of the crystals I had was literally $100. My angel crystal. Yeah, it's called an angel crystal, but there's nothing angelic about it. I bought that angel crystal because it was helping me during my anxiety attacks at the time, which later I would find out was demons. But aside from that, that angel crystal was $100, and I threw it out. That's how much the Lord meant to me. A lot of my books cost me over $100 too, because I would literally go to chapters and spend over. What was the one time I went in there and I came out with like a $275 worth of books? My baby was mad. I was like, I need him. So he was so mad. I was like, but I need him. And he's like, okay, you better read every single one of them. And I did. I read them. However, it was a waste of money because it was just witchcraft over and over again, the same stuff. Although one of them was a demonology book, 101. And it just told me about demons down in hell and which ones were archdemons and things of this nature. And I found it interesting, but it's not biblical. Not biblical. And then I had another one. I had the Satanic Bible because I wanted to know what Anton LaVey was teaching people in that book. See, this is the thing, guys. All of those things I didn't need to know. It's all in the Bible. I only needed one book the whole time. Not hundreds of books, one book. And now my bookshelves are much more smaller. My bookshelf is much smaller now because I don't have all those books. I have only the women's study guides that I have, like Created to Be as Help Me. I'm on now. I just finished the Power of the Transformed Wife, and now I'm on this one, Created to Be His Helpmeet, and then I'm moving on to The Excellent Wife, and then after that, I'm moving on to the Christian Handbook for Homemaking. And yeah, I have a ton of books to go through. Biblical teachings for women. And the only other book that I need is the Bible. And I read the Bible every day. So it's not biblical. You can't Christianize something evil. You can't. That's why God told us to stay away from such things, traditions of men. And here, guys, I'll read it to you right here. I saved the spot here. Oh, come on, stay open. Okay, here we go. This is Colossians 2:8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ. I couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you, Lord. The Lord literally warns us against such things. The traditions of men, following after the world, which is New Age, earth worship, and all this climate change crap, which we know there's no such thing as climate change. It's quite literally birth pains, or rather tribulation, we should say, because I believe we are in the tribulation. There are others that just believe that we're in the last stages of birth pains just before the tribulation. However, I believe we are in the tribulation. And I believe we don't have that much longer on earth. See, they want to believe that there's a rapture, but there's not. The rapture doesn't happen until after the tribulation. And so they think, oh, I will be saved. No, Noah wasn't saved. He was kept from the flood, but he had to go through the flood. Same with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They were kept safe from the fire, but they were thrown into it. What else? The apostles, all of them, suffered tribulation and great hardship, and they weren't raptured. Jonah was stuck in a whale for 3 days. He didn't get raptured out. He was in tribulation. There are so many examples in the Bible where the people were kept safe, but they had to go through it. So, that being said, I believe Jesus will keep us safe during the tribulation like he has for me and my family, but we have to go through it. There is no way around it. We're not going to be raptured out. This is our test. This is to see if we will be able to see the horrors that are here for the wrath against all the unrighteous, the unbelievers, and the sinners, and whether we will keep our faith. That's what this is about. This is our test. And all believers will be tested. So far, they have been failing if they've been taking the mark of the beast. And you guys already know what I think is the mark of the beast, so I don't even have to say the words. So yeah. Other than that, the Bible talks very sternly against witchcraft, divination, astrology, philosophies, and science falsely so called. So I've talked about this many times too. There's tons of information all over my blog. I talked about this so much. So you guys can't say, oh, well, tell us. No, I did. You just have to go and read. Okay? Pick you up a Bible and start reading, because it's all there. So I'm hungry and my food's waiting. See, my soups is waiting and I'm starving. So I'm gonna go get undressed, relax, watch a sermon while I eat, and then I'll upload this. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and I'll catch you back here tomorrow. Later for now.